Hello and welcome to those endless mysteries. Today we'll be looking into some Bigfoot sightings out of Alaska. This first sighting comes out of the Prince of Wales area from February the 9th of 2004. Now it was the mother of the witness who filed this report on the PFRO website. She stated that it was around 11 p.m. that evening, that her daughter was home alone, while her daughter lives with a relative who was out from town, saying that her daughter called her at 11:20 that evening, that her daughter sounded terrified on the phone, telling her mother that she could hear something outside of her bedroom window. It was walking back and forth, that she had looked out the window when she first heard this noise start. While looking out the window, she noticed a very large and black creature, that it was really big, saying that it stood 3 to 4 foot above the bottom of the window. Now she says that she is 5'4" and that her eyes just comes to the bottom of this window. So whatever this thing was had to be at least 7.5 to 8 feet tall. That's at the least. Now she says that they live in a small village with less than 500 people. So there is a lot of bushes and trees in between the houses. With their house being close to the beach, well, it's nothing but heavy forest that surrounds the entire village. Now, her mother said that she has never known her daughter to be afraid of anything, but that night she was terrified. She says as she got there to her daughter that she was shaking like a leaf while being in a complete state of hysteria, with it taking her mother almost an hour just to get her to calm down. Now, after she got her daughter calmed down, she questioned her to find out what exactly was going on, for her mom knew something had really scared her, that she found her daughter hiding in her relative's closet, that she herself had felt something strange as she was walking up to the front door, which she was sure was fear. While she didn't know why she had these feelings, she knew her daughter had seen something, but she didn't know what. Not until she was able to calm her down. Now, besides seeing a large black creature, the daughter said that its footsteps sounded like something very large walking on two legs, that it sounded like it was stomping the ground as it was walking back and forth in the backyard. So what do you think this young lady saw that night? Could it have been a Bigfoot or something else? Now, I hope you like this sighting. Now, this next sighting comes out of the Prince of Wales area also, from the spring of 1995. The witness states that he and his two daughters, with a cousin along with them, that they all decided to go out for a little drive. The witness says that it was starting to get dark, so he decided to turn around and not go all the way down to the courtyard. So he says that they came to a turnaround. Now he says that he had his headlights on at this time. So as he pulled into the turnaround, that he noticed some movement in the bushes. Now the witness thought it might have been a deer, so he stopped the car hoping that the girls might like seeing a deer. But the first thing he says that he saw was very big, bright blue eyes, with the witness next noticing that these eyes were way high off the ground, saying that whatever these eyes belonged to was at least 8 to 9 feet tall. As this creature stepped out more, the witness noticed that this creature was dark in color, maybe a black or a very dark brown, saying that his daughter noticed the creature's feet, saying that they were huge. This is when the witness says he thought that this creature might be a Bigfoot. He had always heard of stories of these creatures, but never has he ever seen one before. So he tore out of the turnaround. Well, he was totally freaked out at this time, that they were three of them that seen this creature that evening. himself, his older daughter, who was 12 at the time, and her 11-year-old cousin. He says that he rarely goes down there anymore. Well, he says he will never go back at night. And when this creature came out of the bushes, it must have seen them as well, because it never moved once it cleared the bushes enough for them to see this creature. So it just froze in place then? Sounds like it seen them to me, which they must have been close to this creature, not getting the eye shine, but seeing blue eyes. Yeah, most of the time people only see the shine, which is almost always a green or red eye shine, with some being a yellowish green. So big blue eyes are different. So what do you think about this one? Now don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you can keep up with all of our latest videos. Now this next sighting comes from Alaska also. It's from the fall of 1992. The witness states that him and a friend was driving back to Fairbanks from Anchorage, that he was driving her truck. It was a 1980 Dodge D50. These trucks sat very low to the ground. It was getting late and they were almost to the tourist area of Denali Park. That it was still in the fall time, but that winter was just around the corner. Just before the corner in the road, the witness saw something. As his lights hit this thing, it seemed to be sitting right in the middle of the road. That this creature looked as if it had its legs pulled up into its chest area, while its arms looked to be wrapped around its knees. Well, at least over its knees anyway. The witness said that the lights from the truck was out of line, so the lights were really pointed right at this creature. That this creature's head was down in between its arms as if it was looking down on the road. So I wonder if this creature had gotten hurt or something. Maybe it wasn't used to the roadway. Maybe it felt strange to this creature. Or it could have just been taking a rest. With the witness saying that this creature had long reddish hair covering its body, while saying that his first thought was that this thing was a orangutan. But the witness then thought to himself, what would an orangutan be all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? Seeing that he has lived in this area most of his life, and Alaska doesn't have any creatures like these here. The witness says that he thought to himself again that the only way an orangutan would be out in this area was if a circus was out here somewhere, which he knew that this wasn't a real possibility in such a remote area. The witness says that he drove right past this thing, saying that he was at the same level with this creature, that if he had been going slower, he could have reached out and touched this thing. Now he says that he was really freaked out and thought that he might have been seeing things, thinking that he might be a little more tired than he was, which he says his friend saw this thing also, but that neither one of them said a word to each other, not until they made their way back to a gas station, when his friend said to him, "Did you see that thing in the road?" He told her that he thought he was seeing things at the time. The witness says that this really spooked them both, so much so that at the time of the sighting, they didn't say a word to each other, that it wasn't until they were around other people, until they felt safe enough to talk about what they had just seen on the road. They know that they both had seen this thing, but they have given up on trying to talk about it, especially with other people. Why should we try to explain it to anyone else, the witness said. No one believes us about it anyway, so they both have decided not to ever bring it up again. The witness says that what makes him feel that this was so unusual to him is that Alaska has nothing that resembles what they saw. There isn't any animal that has knees and covered with long reddish hair. Here in Alaska, he says. So what do you think the witness saw that night? Was it some kind of orangutan that they had found its way to that spot? Or could it have been a juvenile Bigfoot? Maybe it was lost from its mother and decided to have a sit down on the warm road. Sounds more likely that it was a juvenile to me than a lost orangutan. So till next time, stay safe and have a great day. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you can keep up with all of our latest videos. And thanks for watching those endless mysteries.